Everybody, Ding Young Home Tech. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. Tomorrow, first day of September, and a lot of people heading out of town for the rest of the week for Labor Day into Labor Day. A lot of schools started up, and a lot more traffic out and about. So typically this time of year we slow down for about a week and a half. People start getting settled, all that good stuff. Been doing pre-drywall and commercial inspections and some investment properties as well. That's about it. We're down to like one inspection a day. Pretty normal, again, for this time of year. But things will pick up probably next week. We've already got people inquiring about next week, so that's always a good sign. Today was the commercial inspection in Elkin, and I done a commercial inspection for a Domino's pizza. Very small store, 1,200 square feet approximately. Wasn't too bad. Generally on a commercial inspection, it's more about the building that you're inspecting, not so much the components. You will identify the components, the rating of the electrical system, the type of plumbing pipes and so forth that you see. You can run them, check them, make sure there's no leaks and stuff. But generally, a commercial inspection, you're pretty much looking at the building envelope. You're looking at the parking lot, the grading, you're looking at the roof, the structure. That's mainly what you're going to be looking at for commercial inspection. You're going to identify the heating and air systems, things like that. But again, for the third time, it's mainly the building envelope, the structure itself. And also in our report we have an ADA, that's Americans with Disabilities Act survey, to make sure that the facility is ADA compliant. So our survey kind of asked ourselves questions. Are these things in place? Is it handicap accessible? But go into the parking lot, as far as the type of material the parking lot is. Most places, most parking lots are going to be asphalt, and asphalt requires a lot of maintenance. You got to maintain asphalt. It does crack pretty easy, and if you have dips where it sinks down in, the asphalt crushes, dips down, you'll get pooling water, and you'll notice a lot of lines and a lot of markings from where there's been a lot of pooling water, that it just starts to crack more and more and more. A lot of that happens over the winter months, expansion and contraction. Talk about the sidewalks, if there's ramps for wheelchairs, the door openings, is one single door at least 32 inches wide, or two doors at least 48 wide, things like that. The roof is a big important issue on commercial inspection. Most commercial inspections, most roofs are flat roofs, the majority are. So you want to look at that roof, look, see if there's any pooling water. Those areas will need attention. The longer the water sits on there, the more it can cause deterioration and cause leaks. Most commercial properties have drop ceilings, so you have your ceiling tiles. You always want to look. You always want to look for moisture stains, and you can't always see those moisture stains with the flashlight with your eye. So what we typically do is we pull out on our infrared camera and we go through the ceilings, potential areas for moisture, and usually it's going to show an indication of a really cool or wet spot. A lot of times you will incorporate your moisture meter just to look for cold spots or hot spots as well. But cool spots are going to indicate potentially some type of moisture, or if there's an air duct there, you'll pick up that cool reading on the air duct. A lot of times you can push the tiles up and see if there was an air duct, or hey, there's a stain here that has been covered up, or it hasn't made it all the way through the tile, but it's on the other side of the tile. A lot of times people will paint the tiles over and over and over, and that moisture is hidden there. So infrared is a really good tool to use to show that moisture. The grading of the parking lot, we're looking for storm drain access, we're looking for fire hydrant access, we're looking for emergency egress. We're looking for any type of sprinkler type system. What type of system do they have in place? Emergency alarm system for smoke or for gas. What type of system do they have? Is it a sprinkler system? Do they have fire hydrants? We take pictures of what type of system they have in place, what type of alarm systems they have in place. Thermostats, we take pictures of those. HVAC system, we take pictures of that. Electrical panel, we take pictures of that. So there's a lot of the same components in a home that there is in a commercial inspection, but some commercial buildings are 3-phase electrical. We typically don't open those panels up, or we will ask a licensed electrical contractor to do the evaluation of those systems if we see that they're in place. But this system was a 200 amp system. It was not 3-phase, your typical standard 120, 240 volt system. Natural gas, small natural gas system. We don't inspect any equipment. That's not what we're there for. All the burners and stoves and all that stuff, ovens, all that, is not part of a commercial inspection. Coolers, we will walk in coolers and make sure they are cooling. Take pictures of the temperature gauges showing that they are functional. That's pretty much it. We'll test some receptacle outlets. We'll look at the exterior, see if there's any receptacle outlets out there, and make sure they are weather resistant receptacles, which that would indicate with the WR. There should be a cover plate on there as well. Any faucets on the exterior, make sure they're functioning and they're proper for frost free or cross contamination, things like that. Now this exterior building cladding appeared to be what we called EFIS. Some people just call it EFIS. There's a lot of issues with EFIS, and EFIS needs to be tested by the proper professional who can run an EFIS test to make sure there's no leakage behind the wall, no moisture behind the wall. It is a very specific test to EFIS, EIFS, or EFIS, I don't know, it's EFIS. But there's certain contractors that are trained. It's an expensive test. They're going to prod the EFIS surface and make sure that there's no water detection or moisture behind the wall. They usually carry sealants of different colors to match the colors for where that plug has been taken out to measure if there's any type of moisture behind the wall. There's a lot into it. We do not do that. That's not something that we or majority of any home inspector would do. That's a specialty of its own. So that's, again, we don't do EFIS testing. Let's see what else. Just state the type of window system there, which is thermal insulated, glass thermal insulated doors in the property. The tile, majority 99.999, just for health and safety reasons, is going to be quarry tile, which is the tread, has the tread pattern for slip resistance, which is required in a commercial facility. Make sure they have FRP up the walls. FRP is usually found at the back of the house. Sometimes they'll put it in the front of the house, in the bathrooms. That's a wipeable, clean surface that will not allow moisture penetration. I've worked in a lot of restaurants, done a lot of commercial repairs in restaurants. Very familiar with FRP, and I've done a lot of FRP upfits in the past. And those take you pretty much all night to do. Sometimes 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 nights to do, depending on the size of the restaurant and the accessibility to get into the restaurant. But anyway, that's pretty much going through commercial inspection, especially a restaurant. Every facility is different. The office space inspections are a lot different. Retail different. Storefronts different. You know, food. They're all different. But anyway, that's the gist of it. So anyway, I'm gonna get in here just about the cribbage. 336-9090-185, 336-9090-185, HomeTechNC.com. If you'd like to book your inspection, you can book online, HomeTechNC.com, HomeTechNC.com. Book online, and we will confirm that. Vanessa will go in and give you confirmation. You'll receive an email within the hour of booking your inspection. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about your inspection or booking an inspection, just reach out to us. We'll gladly get to you as soon as possible. Email is usually the best. Course, phone calls, I'm usually not around, and it's kind of hard for me to do it when I'm out and about doing inspections throughout the day. So definitely email is the best way. A lot of people want to call in and say, well, can you have him call me? Email again is the best course. I like to document everything and have everything in writing, because then over the phone it becomes a he said, she said type situation. I've explained that in past videos, so I like to have everything documented right there in case they say, no, you didn't say that, or yes, I did say that. So anyway, guys, going to get in here again, 336-9090-185, HomeTechNC.com.